Eddie grew up in Rosemount and went to Rosemount High School with me. Friends, even people that weren't my friends, they knew how much I was spoon-fed and protected by my dad. It goes on, and I have 4 children, 4 beautiful daughters, um, and he started to think that those girls were his kids. He wanted to control what school they went to, what sports they signed up for, which I don't want my daughters playing sports. I told my dad that because it makes people crazy. Sports make people go crazy, just like my dad. Okay. Um, so fast forward to when my mom died. I didn't think when my mom told me I feel like I'm being poisoned a week before she died. I didn't think anything of it. Okay. She looked really purple. Okay. She said her body felt like it was burning. Because I asked her if she was okay. When I walked into the house with the girls to eat breakfast, she was crying. And I asked her if she was okay. And that's what she said to me. Okay. And then the next week on St. Patrick's Day, um, that's when she was officially dead. Um, so I wish people would understand that. A year went by, okay, where I wasn't investigating. I was just living my life. I was going to Lifetime Fitness, doing this workout in the steam room, taking my girls to the Lifetime pool every day, okay. Now keep in mind, Kirsten and I have been separated since 2019. Okay, she moved out of the house in 2019. She changed her address with the U.S. Postal Service. Um, and all the while, before we ever separated, whenever we got in a fight, Kirsten would text my dad or call my dad, say, "Oh, Andrew's smoking weed. Andrew's being mean." And we saw a marriage counselor, 2 of them, and they both said that the biggest problem in our relationship is her telling and going to my dad that it didn't allow her to communicate. Okay. And I didn't realize like they actually were having a real affair. Okay. Yeah. Hang on a sec. And then, so fast forward to when I started investigating my mother's death, I started asking questions about it. Okay. That is when my dad and Kirsten worked together. My dad paid for her OFP thing with the courts. He helped her write it. Okay. They used my hockey career against me. So any NHL player that's had a lot of fights, and if you go through a divorce, and the lawyers will use that against you. They'll say that you're not mentally stable. And I had my own dad telling me, even in court documents, okay, that I was a hockey player. I had a lot of hits to the head. Okay. And then I crashed my van when I was down in Florida because I wanted to get away from when I started investigating. I could tell what they were doing. They were trying to like destroy my life. And I wanted to get out of here, away from the harassment I was taking. Okay. I filed the HRO and an OFP against Kirsten and my dad. Okay. Because my dad kept showing up to my house. He kept showing up to my house, trying to agitate me out of nowhere. Okay. Telling people that I was pulling wires out of my house. That's what he kept saying. And I was having grandiose thoughts, delusional tendencies, and psychosis. That's what he wrote about me. His own son. Now, I coached 3 sports with him. I coached football, hockey, and track with him. He was like my best friend. Okay, and I felt bad for him that he lost his wife. And I come to find out he poisoned her when I put it all together. Okay, so my dad and his affair with my ex-wife, they worked together. And my sister played a big part in this too. Okay, I went from being called the best father they've ever seen, okay, and then when I started investigating my mother's death, because my sister helped my dad commit insurance fraud, Amy Conboy Harvey, and Amy let me take my kids and her kids to Lifetime Pool together, okay. I'd go take them wherever, all by myself. I was a single dad since 2019. I've been a single dad. So then my dad said that I'm going to be homeless. Then when I crashed my van, okay, he made me, I'm sure people saw me around Rosemount and Apple Valley. I had to walk, rollerblade, or skateboard everywhere I went. He wouldn't give me rides anywhere. He wouldn't loan me one of his 3 cars that he used. He's got a BMW, a Ford Explorer, a motorcycle. Okay. And he funded my entire life. Any money that I could come up with to pay my mortgage, okay, or bills, he would pay for it. He paid for my daughter's private school. He even made my car payments. He paid for my car. He made my car payments. So now my dad also lied about this when he was a child. He told people this in a speech at Rosemont High School. He told people that he was homeless. This is not true, okay? Any former homeless person would never want their own child to be homeless. And that's what he wanted for me, okay? My dad is a monster. He's a child molester, and he's a murderer. So if you've allowed him around kids, when I've reported this to Pete Roback, Drew Storley, okay, many officials, Jill Coyle, the former superintendent, okay, they're all mandatory reporters, okay, and they didn't report this man. They're all accomplices for protecting a monster, okay. So then fast forward to today. I've had Kurt and Stephanie, okay? They kind of took me in like I'm like an orphan. They've treated me better than my own family. Okay, my two best friends, Fitz and Mel, I tried to reach out to them to go stay with them for a little bit. Okay, this is what Mel said to me. Oh, I can't have unvaccinated people around my children. Now, when me and Mel were very close, and so was Fitz. Okay, I had to drive Fitz to Hazeltine for Mel. My best friend I had to drop off at Hazeltine, okay, because he was an alcoholic, because his wife asked me to. And I thought I was doing the right thing. I've helped her out whenever she's needed help with Fitz. Whenever he wanted to get him out of the house, I let him come stay with me, okay? He's passed out on my couch, drunk, okay? Because my dad reached out to all my friends. You know how hard he tried to make me look crazy? Okay, he had me put in a mental hospital, and he wanted the doctors to give me memory loss pills, and I was supposed to be in there for 6 months. And once they scanned my brain and realized that I am the smartest man in the world, okay, my dad, once I got out after 3 weeks, okay, he told me that he was going to have me injected with memory loss, this memory loss chemical. That's my dad. If you allow him around children, if you allow him to keep going to Rosemont High School around kids, you're a monster yourself and an idiot. Okay, I wish people would understand that. I love my dad. I always will. But he murdered his wife with rat poison for insurance money, so he could continue his affair with Kirsten and try to take my kids away from me because he thought they're theirs. He thought my girls are his. Now, he molested my daughters as well. He nicknamed my daughter Mouse out of nowhere when she was like 1.5, because she was quiet as a mouse when he molested her. He did the same thing to me when I was a little kid. From 1 to 3 years, I was scared. I was constipated until I was like in middle school. I was scared to go poop because of this man. He did the same thing to my nephew, who's a superstar hockey player. He was scared to go poop. He was constipated because of my dad. You should never let that man alone with children. He belongs in prison. Okay? And then the Rosemont Police, Apple Valley Police, and Inver Grove Police, they're all accomplices for helping protect a murderer, Tim Conboy. Do those police officers, should they not be held accountable? Chief Michael Dahlstrom, okay, Officer Swanson, Paul Larson, he's the one who prevented my mom from getting a medical exam. So when if Paul Larson's mother dies, then he's going to have to call Hennepin County and prevent her from knowing the cause of death. Okay? He did it with my dad. So why doesn't, if he or my mom, why doesn't he have to do it with his mom? He cannot know what his mom dies from. He has to, when his mom dies, Paul Larson is going to have to call Hennepin County Medical Examiner's office and say, nope, we're going right to the cremation in less than 48 hours. That's what Paul Larson has to do. You people at Rosemont Police, I can't tell you how dumb you are and stupid you are. Most of you shouldn't be police officers. Love you. Have a great day.